Mara is going to lead straight into some information about the Leaving Certificate Applied program and give you some details on that.
Thanks, Brian. So as part of my role, I'm also the LCA coordinator here at Ennis Community College. This LCA stands for the Leaving Certificate Applied program. It's a 2-year program within the school, and it is an alternative to the Leaving Cert Established. So I suppose the Leaving Certificate Applied is a 2-year program within the Leaving Cert cycle, and it's a program which prepares our students for adult or working life, and maybe an alternative to students who might not feel that Leaving Cert Established is right for them, or feels that this might be the best option for them to progress further in their education. So when we look at the Irish National Framework for Qualifications, and I'm aware that Miss Meehan and Miss Murray here who know a lot more about this as guidance counsellors, but within the framework, the Leaving Cert Applied is a level 4. So it's between the junior certificate and the LCE level 5. So that's where it is in the framework. When students engage in Leaving Certificate Applied, they will be qualified at a QQI level 4, and they engage in different subjects and different modules and different tasks, which I'll delve into later. And having completed the program, they are able to go straight maybe into a chosen career or into further work, or they may decide to engage in an apprenticeship, which Ms. Murray and Ms. Meehan will speak about later. They also maybe wish to engage in a PLC, which many are available here at Clown Road within our campus, which might lead them on to further higher education and college further down the route. So within LCA, the aim of the program is to help our students to build their self-confidence and become more responsible. So within the program, there are there are different subjects, and I suppose it's another way at learning and a different way of engaging in learning. Within it, I have LCA here at the core. One of the key things here is, I'm going to go from right to left, is work and career focus. So many of the modules they engage in within VPG are work experience, and the students every Wednesday complete work experience for 4 different sessions. And by engaging in work experience, they, again, like transition years, expose themselves to different work areas, different careers they might like to engage in, and it also enables them to get experience to get summer jobs and future work. We look at success and achievement like any other course we engage in school, and within the program, the students strive to complete their tasks, complete their key assignments, and to gain as many credits as they can, which I will explain in a little more detail later. There's different ways of learning, there's different ways of teaching, different methodologies, a lot of group work, a lot of tasks, and a lot of interviews, which they're amazingly prepared for interviews, having engaged in up to 10 by the end of the program. And it's one thing the students say, that they get build their confidence and work on that. It's a pathway to further education and training. So as I said, if you feel Leaving Cert Established isn't for you, this is another pathway to get there. There's many pathways to get to where you want to in life, and we're very, very fortunate that we provide LCA within our school. The community as a classroom, the LCA class work together for the 2 years. It's a community, it's a little family, and it's lovely when we, at the end of the year, when we graduate, we look back at everything we've done and achieved as an LCA group and as an LCA family. Each student has their own individual talents recognised, and we see that as we engage in different tasks, engage in different reports, and engage in different activities, be it outdoor pursuits, be it maybe a different specialism, HTT, hair and beauty, graphics and construction. Students will bring their skills to the table. And the wonderful thing about it is continuous assessment. There are exams at the end of session 4, but continuous assessment allows students to gain as many credits as they can throughout, and you get credits for complete your key assignments and for attendance, which is very, very important. So the course structure, a 2-year program divided into 4 half-year blocks called sessions. So you'll have session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. Throughout those sessions in your different subjects, you would engage in key assignments. So there's a lot of new words here, or new terms maybe that students wouldn't be exposed to at junior cycle, but they become familiar with it a few weeks into it. The program is continuous assessment marked over the 2 years, with some final assessments at the end of year 2. A very, very important thing here to note, and I really don't need to stress it, but it has to be stressed. 90% attendance in each subject is a major part of this course. If you wish to gain your credits, you have to have 90% attendance. So when you're engaging and want to go into LCA, you really need to think of your current attendance. If it's maybe not a 90%, now is the time to work on that for the last few weeks of junior cycle or transition year, whatever year you're in, and to go, right, this will prepare me for next year if I wish to enter the LCA program. So I'm going to quickly go through the subjects because I'm cognizant that the subjects talk has to follow. So every student must engage in English communications, mathematical applications, French in first year, Gaeilge, it could be French in first year, Irish in first year, and then French in second year, Irish in second year. We switch every second year. Engage in VPG, hotel catering and tourism. All students do that specialism. Arts, introduction to communication technology, science or music as an elective, hair and beauty or graphics and construction as our second specialism, social education and leisure and recreation. So I suppose even from the descriptions of the subjects, they are different to subjects we may have done at junior cycle, similar in some ways, but different, and develop on different skills and different to subjects maybe available at LCE. Integral, as I said, to the program is work experience. Really, really, really important. Many credits going for this, and important to help our students to develop their skills within this area and their expertise. Again, I must emphasize it is up to the student to organize their own work experience, which will run every Wednesday. It will be anchored in the tutorial by a teacher who will be involved in coordinating it with myself and the students. But the students must go out there, and for the first 4 weeks of year 1 and year 3, we allow the students and help them prepare to get their work experience up and going. Okay. So I suppose if you're going to apply for LCA, maybe over the next few weeks, if you get accepted, think about it over summer, start getting out there, putting the feelers out for different work experience. So I suppose when you're engaging in work experience and you're looking at VPG, you look at the work of community and voluntary organizations. How can you help community? Again, I mentioned this in TY. It's important that we're able to give back. I'm not going to go through every subject in detail, but they engage in guidance over the 2 years, and then they have final examinations in the following subjects. So a total of 68 credits go for their final examinations, which there's one at the end of 5th year and the rest are the end of 6th year. Within the modules and subjects, there are 7 tasks, projects to be completed over the 2 years with interviews at the end of them. You will have 1 in session 1, 2 in session 2, 3 in session 3, and then we have 1 more at the end with our specialisms. Here are the tasks, as I mentioned there. So LCA 1s engage in general education in the first session. They engage in vocational prep in session 2. In session 3, sorry, I've skipped one there. Yeah, in vocational education and their other specialism, they have 1. And then in year 2 of the first session, you have 3 interviews. So they're spread out. There's a lot of time given and effort and preparation by the teachers involved in this, and all the teachers within the core team of LCA support our students to engage in their task, to write the reports. There's a lot of help given, and I suppose in return, the students, it's really important that they put the effort in here, because you can gain a maximum of 70 credits here out of 200, which would be fantastic and helping you get to a distinction or a merit. Do the Leaving Certificate apply students receive a Leaving Certificate? They most certainly do. Those who complete the programme receive a Leaving Certificate from the state examinations. All credits awarded are done, recorded by me through the official medium of the DES. And the results go as follows. Students can get 200 credits over the 2 years. 62 come from their attendance and completing key assignments alone. So if you come to school every day, engage in your key assignments, you have 62 out of 200 in the bag, which is fantastic. 70 from their tasks, which, as I said, a lot of prep is done by the teachers involved and all of us within the LCA core team to help our students get the maximum. And then a final of 68 from the exams at the end of year 1 and year 2. So overall, 200 credits in total, and it is awarded as such. So to get a pass, it's between 60% and 69%. Just be careful of that there. It's different at LCA level. Merit is up to 70 to 84%, and then a distinction is over 85%. If you are a student who gets less than 120, you will receive a program or leave the program early. You will get a record of experience. But we work with our students to encourage our students to finish out the program, and we have done so over the many years. And last year, I'm very proud, and our school is very proud to say that our LCA2 students all received distinctions, which is fantastic and well above the national average. So what can students do when they finish LCA? Firstly, it enables our students to go look for a job in an area they may be interested in. They may like to engage in an apprentice to the Studies programme, apply to do a post-leaving certificate course, a PLC. And as I said, there are many courses available here on our campus at Clan Road. Then upon completing this, they might continue on to college or go into the world of work. And they can apply to many other areas. You cannot go directly into university, but you can follow these paths to do so if you look at the above. And Miss Murray and Miss Meehan will speak about that later. To enter the LCA programme, there is an interview process. So I have some of the questions put up here that I might ask you, or myself and a member of the senior management usually interview our students that wish to apply for the programme. I suppose, again, like with everything, there are criteria. We do look at previous attendance, previous work ethic, and are you suitable to the programme? It's very important that you remember you need 90% attendance. So now's the time to start working on your attendance if it's something that you feel you need to improve on. I suppose one thing to note, make sure to attend the interview when it's offered to you. And obviously, if you're sick or something, we can rearrange that. When we gather up the application forms and we put a list in order, it'll be outside the guidance counsellor's office and it'll be on the LCA notice board down there, B101. If you miss your slot, you'll be placed at the end of the list unless you have a reasonable reason for this. And if you can't get your allocated time, you can talk to your head involved or myself, the coordinator. Again, applications must be submitted by next Wednesday, March the 13th, and it's a responsibility of the student to have these in time. I know I'm speaking to a lot of parents here tonight, but it's important our students get the forms, fill them out, take their time to do so and return them to us. I suppose by being accountable to put your form in, it shows to me that you're ready, maybe really ready and willing to engage in the programme, and that's really important. Because it shows it's the first step to engaging in the programme and getting there. The applications will be online. And thank you for listening to both, if you've been here for both of them, and if you've just joined in, welcome. And now I'm going to pass you back to Mr. Donoghue, and I think Miss Murray is up next. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely evening.
Just to say thank you very much to Miss McNamara, who got the tough gig, I suppose, in terms of presenting on two different programmes, but a whistle-stop tour of both the transition year programme and also the Leaving Certificate Applied. I just note that throughout the presentation, two things in particular really stood out. One, Miss McNamara spoke about different pathways, and I know Miss Murray and Miss Meehan will talk about pathways in a few moments. But compared to my time in secondary school and going on to college, and all parents in the room, the number of pathways and opportunities have really exploded and really developed and really opened out that students can avail of. So it is really, really important that students consider their options carefully over the next week or so. Transition year is one option that is available to all students, and Leaving Certificate Applied, of course, is another option. And in a few moments, you'll hear about the established Leaving Certificate and just some details on that. Just to point out, of course, that students can do the transition year programme, and then following that can do either the LCA or the Leaving Certificate programme following transition year. So transition year is always worth considering, no matter what route students would like to take after TY.